like to be alone nowadays because in my darkest times no one had me like I did. But I know I will find someone.
Every goal you have, it begins with self-belief. Self-belief is the most important thing you have, believing that your work ethic is going to pay off. Truly knowing it, manning up and saying like, this is what I'm going to do and this is what's going to happen in the future, and saying it, speaking it into existence. Because you can never connect the dots looking forward. You never know what's going to happen. Everything only makes sense in retrospect. But if you have a firm belief that the world's going to reward your hard work, and that self-belief is what's going to give you the confidence to make the move, to escape that mundane 9 to 5 and take the risk to make your dreams come true. It all starts with that self-belief. You have to have extreme faith and just know and speak into it that this is what I do, and this is how I'm going to do it, and this is what I'm going to get. And when you have that belief, it's easier for you to take that risk, and when you take that risk, that's when the opportunities come along.
If you want to go, I want you to know it's okay. I was all alone on my own, it's okay.
The biggest gift you can hope for in this world, I don't mean to be, preachy, man, but I think it's peace, man. If you can find some peace of mind. I got nothing left to prove to anybody anymore, man. I have real peace. I'm in love with my wife. I'm in love with my kids. I'm in love with my career, and I get the best friends in the world. And there's no part of me anymore that needs to go out and be the guy.
I wake up every morning at 5:05, whatever time you wake up, and I always sweat before breakfast, and I always take a cold shower, and this is what I do. And then you do it every single day. And by the way, if some days maybe the shower isn't completely cold and you're sneaking in a little hot water, and maybe instead of your 300 burpees, you're doing 200, that's okay. As long as you're consistent and you're getting after it every single day and you're close to target.
Don't fail, you're not even trying. I'll say it again. If you don't fail, you're not even trying. My wife told me this great expression. To get something you never had, you have to do something you never did.
I wish I started when I was younger. I go, well, yeah, but you didn't, so shut the fuck up and let's keep going.
Motivation is just a feeling. Grounded action is what gets things done. Get a pad and paper, write down 1 or 2 things that you're going to commit to doing every single day, no matter what. You're gonna use that motivation to build a machine for yourself. A very good practice is journaling. So writing. I'm gonna write in my journal every single day. I'll write a full page in my journal every single day. You don't think about whether you're going to write in your journal or not. You do it because you already made that commitment. Every single day, no matter what. It does not matter if both of your hands were cut off and you have to use your freaking mouth with a pen and write in your journal. You write in your freaking journal every single day. You don't think about it. Commit once. This is important. You guys need to write this shit down. Commit once. You don't need to commit more than once. You commit once to the thing that you're going to do, and then you do it every single.
I'm just tired of being scared all the time, not knowing why.
Did school fail you or you failed school?
School failed me. School's failing entrepreneurs every single day. Because it's not built for entrepreneurship. It's built for workers. You're being taught to play within the lines. There's nothing being taught that maps to the entrepreneurial market.
Well, my morning routine is every day I get up and run. Every single day. Is why I hate that the most. So that is where
we share that feeling.
Yes, I hate that the most. So you have to do something that sucks every day. Because why? Once you overcome the suck, now you're powerful. You've overcome yourself already, so now you're ready to battle.
Before I used to take everything and think, I want this, I want that. I was never happy with what I got. It's human nature, we always want more.
Yeah.
No matter what it is, no matter how much you've got of something, then you're always searching for more things.
I think that's ego nature.
No doubt about it.
That's the nature of the ego.
And now it's like, I don't care if I lose everything. I don't care what happens. Nothing really is ours anyway in life. We only borrow it until we die, and it all goes. The only thing we truly own in this life is moments in time. Like, this is a moment in time for me that will never be erased. And no matter what happens, this is always going to be my time. This will be my moment in time because I lived here and I was a part of this. You know, everything else, this bag, this watch, these clothes, they will all go. What does it really matter?
Yeah, your body.
Even the body will go. This is a shell. But what's inside, hope to God, lives on forever.
Stay with me, my tears.
Give you something. I started trying things. I knew I had something, and I didn't know what it was. I didn't know I wanted to be a YouTuber. I didn't have the luxury of knowing what it was. But I knew I had something. And let me tell you this. If you've made it through addiction or mental illness, you have something. Because a lot of people don't. If you are still kicking today, battling those demons, you have something, because a lot of people didn't wake up today because they couldn't make it. They couldn't cut it, and you fucking did. So you have something, but you might not know what it is.
Day by day, nothing changes. But when you look back, everything's different. It's funny what a year can do to a person.
You say there's so much you don't know.
When you're in that dark place and you feel no one cares about you, the first thing you got to realize is that you got to love yourself.
One day, I'm gonna die. I realize that. But I'm gonna make sure before that day comes that I'm gonna fucking live.
150 years, every single person on this planet will no longer be here. And I know for an absolute fucking fact that at least half of those people are gonna have regrets when their time comes. So if you fall on that half, fucking change. We are all put on the same boring ass boat, and you can either stay on that boat or you can stop giving a fuck what anyone thinks about you, and you can get off that boat and you can actually do something with your life. Because once you stop giving a fuck what anyone thinks about you, that's when shit starts happening. So think about it. Do you really want to be on your deathbed regretting things that you wish you would have done? Like going up to that girl, or fucking chasing your dream job, or just fucking anything. Anything. Literally anything. Do you want to sit on your deathbed and have regrets? Fuck no. Go get up and do something, and don't give a fuck what anyone has to think about it. If it makes you happy, do it.
When that alarm clock goes off at 4 or 5 in the morning, your mind says no. You just say, this is what we do. It's what we do now. Because to get to where you want to go, the amount of pain involved, I'm not saying physical, I'm not saying you got to break yourself off. The amount of mental pain of how many times you're going to have to do something that you don't want to do to get to where you want to go is going to be, there's going to be more times you do something that you don't want to do than you are going to want to do it. And that's your new norm. That's your new norm. So then it's like breathing. And then once you do this over and over and over again, it becomes like breathing. I don't want to live this lifestyle, but to get to the other side of this, I have to. So if you really want it, you realize what trying is and what trying is not.
The one thing a 20-year-old has over me is 20 fucking years. But you don't think that. Because when you're 22, you don't think 31 is young. A 60-year-old has his experience, but doesn't have time. What youth has is time. Everything that you think you might like, you should try to do. But that's not what people tell you to do.
Yeah, they tell you to get a job.
Gather as many experiences as possible. Go and start that business that you've always wanted. Start that band you've always wanted. This is the time to be massively risk-oriented. Pick something and fucking do it. You're a fucking young kid. You can do all 19 things. It's what you don't do that screws with you later on.
Why don't you let people see the good in you?
Because when people see good, they expect good. And I don't want to have to live up to anyone's expectations.
is a story about trauma and guilt. At first, Tony's an arrogant millionaire military contractor, but when he's attacked and for the first time in his life he's in danger, things change. Because in the battle, he looks up and sees his own name on the things attacking him. He realizes that his entire life's work, his legacy, has only brought people the trauma he now feels, and he couldn't live with that. When Tony puts on the Iron Man suit, he's not doing it for the thrill. He's doing it because he's angry. Because he has to do something to set things right, to make up for what he's done. It's not about proving to people that he's a hero. It's about proving to himself that he's not the villain.
Don't give up. There's a lot of people, like I always say, man, there's a lot of people that are gonna try to put you down and try to kick you while you're down, and they're gonna tell you that you ain't never gonna be shit. But just keep on rocking, because I had my times, you know, I had the dark times, very dark times, but you know, you always gonna come out like a phoenix, bro. You're gonna come out of the ashes flying so high like a flaming bird, and just keep on rocking. Always be yourself, always be original. Don't listen to what anybody has to say, because at the end of the day, self-awareness, it's you being happy with who you are. Keep on rocking, keep on trucking. It's lit.
Without a strong mindset, faith is not real. You know, who you are is not real. Things that you believe in won't be real without a strong mindset. So believe in yourself. Like I said, speak it, believe it, receive it. It shall be yours. We all have greatness, but greatness is only determined by service. So apply your service to the world, and you shall be great in whatever your occupation is that you are seeking. Never give up. Never let anyone dictate or say what you can and can't do. It's all up to you. This is a magical place that we live in. Our words are very powerful. Our mindset, the way we think, is very powerful. And it will attract. Whatever you speak, whatever you think, will come to you. It's like a magnet. It's called the law of attraction.
In the struggle, you know, when things are going good and you visualize these good things happening, you visualize more good things happening, that's easy. What's not easy to do is when things are going bad and you're visualizing the good stuff. And that was what I was able to do. I was able to, you know, even though I was having these troubles at home, and even though I had no job, you know what I mean, or whatever, didn't know what I was doing. If it didn't happen, it didn't happen, but I still was able to feel like it was. I still was able to go into a different, just like use my imagination, like a kid would use his imagination. I was basically just using my imagination, driving a little my girlfriend's car, a little Peugeot 206, and I was driving that, shaking down the road, and I visualized that, and I swear to God, sitting in the traffic and all, I visualized, I'm sitting here holding the steering wheel, visualizing a brand new car, and visualizing good things in times of struggle.
Don't you quit. Don't you quit. You do make a difference. You do make a difference. You do make a difference. As weak as you are, as tired as you are, as many mistakes as you made, you do make a difference. There is something they would lose if you were not there. There was something that they would miss if you weren't.
Look at everything else as the problem. Look at yourself and see how you can change yourself to where nothing bothers you, to where you're unbothered about a lot of things, and to where life doesn't exactly affect you in that manner. It's changing your perception that kind of changed the world around you, because it's the small things that we don't appreciate. So in order to appreciate everything, you have to be very, very, very analytical. So in being analytical, you start to observe the world in a different manner. So even how you approach people, even how you move, even how you think. When you change the way you think, you change the way you perceive the world. Due to time, people change, priorities change, and the way people kind of treat you also.
Mine being the bad guy. Because somebody has to fill that role and get things done. If you're gonna be bad with purpose. Otherwise, you're just not worth forgiving.